שיעלי נוי משיחו, יעלה ובשבי קודשו, בגבולות יש הימינו. ואנחנו בשם עלינו אלינו נזכיר.
Yeah. רגע, הייתה צריך להקליט.
Picture the framework of tonight's Leil limmud. What's going to happen? I'd like to share with you an interpretation of my father's eternal livracha on a medrash at the beginning of Sefer Shmos. The Torah relates that Moshe left the confines of the palace of Paro. He went out, lirot, to see what's going on with his brethren. And he saw an Ish Mitzri, Make Ish Ivri. Moshe looks here, he looks there, Vayach, Es HaMitzri. The Medrash quotes two opinions. Rav Yosser Amar, the Egrof he called. According to the first opinion, he killed the Mitzri with an Egrof. With his fist, with sheer strength. The Chachamim say, B'Shem HaMeforosh Shikor. He expressed, he enunciated the holy name of God, and that's how he killed him. What are these comments of Chazal, what do they try to convey to us? So my father says the following. He says the Mitzri in the Torah is looked upon by Chazal as the prototype of the enemy of the Jewish people throughout its long, bitter golus, its history. Those who seek to defame us, to defraud us, and to destroy us. Moshe, on the other hand, represents the leader of Klal Yisrael. He's the symbol of the Jew who's determined to protect his people and to give honor to the name of Israel. What method does Moshe Rabbeinu use? What method does the Jew use throughout history to stand up and protect his rights? And there are two approaches, and they're both correct. One is bi'egrofiko. We have to stand up and defend ourselves. We have to fight a battle. There's a mitzvah milchama. And the other is b'shem ha'meforosh. Devotion to the Shem HaMeforosh, dedication to the Emunah, to the faith of Israel, to the study of Torah, and the fulfillment of his mitzvahs. And over the course of Jewish history, we find that the emphasis would shift from one to the other. Most of our history, until the modern history of contemporary Israel, has been the Shem HaMeforosh. The Jew might not have had the wherewithal to protect himself physically. He was outnumbered, and he didn't have the ability to protect himself. But he certainly had a dedication to Yisrael Saba, to the Torah of Yisrael. And that gave us the ability to survive these bitter years, 2,000 years ago. At other times in Jewish history, we had the mitzvah milchama, we had bi'egrofika. And Baruch Hashem today, we have the ability to defend ourselves. We find ourselves today, as you know, in a crisis situation. And I would say that bi'egrofiko, we're going to have to defer tonight to what we call here in Israel the Kochot HaBitachon. They will, Baruch Hashem, B'siyata D'Shmaya, will know how to defend us on the level of the Egrov, in the physical defense. Tonight here, in our humble center, in our own contribution, our own humble way, we will dedicate ourselves to the Shem HaMeforash. That's what we can do. That's our contribution. How glorious it is that Jews can gather together to a night of study of Torah. We've prepared a handout of sources in halacha and in ashkafa to answer this question: how to respond. How are we meant to respond in a moment of crisis, in a national crisis? He wrote something in his will that through our devotion to the Shem HaMeforash, together with our brothers and our sisters all over the world, and those here in Eretz Yisrael that are dedicated to the Egrov, the combination of those two, and the Siyata D'Shmai, of course, will bring us to a state in which we can bring our boys back. We can welcome them in Yirtz Hashem, B'Simcha, U'B'Sasam, Kein Yirtzon. Amen.